TheVirginMaryTree. They cure headaches, Joy tells me. If you don't have a headache, though, they'll give you one. The cookie she hands me looks a lot like an Oreo, but has the words Hydrox stamped on it. I had never heard of Hydrox. It looks pretty normal, but Hydrox sounds like something that might be medicine. I eat it, and it doesn't taste like medicine. Nikki heaves a chunk of asphalt into the alley and breaks into a bunch of pieces. I worry for a minute we'll get in trouble for making a mess. The alley's all broken up anyway, though. It just runs between our block and the graveyard. You can't even see it from up in the graveyard because it's on a hill. There are trees and rocks and a fence and stuff at the top, so we can hang out there, but nobody probably cares. The rock Nikki smashed doesn't make things that much worse. We should make a rope swing, Joy tells us. This tree would be perfect. She looks up at the tree. It does look like it'd be good for that. It's kind of gnarled and bent over the alley, so it'd be easy to climb. We can almost just walk up the trunk. There's a good strong limb, too. I still don't think the cookie was medicine. Joy probably made it up so we wouldn't know her parents wouldn't buy her Oreos. We couldn't catch her on it, though. It was something to show off, not something to hide. I think she made it up. It was probably just a cheap cookie. We don't have a rope, though, I say. Where are we going to get one? My dad's got a rope, Nikki offers, rolling over a rock. He'll let us use it. He was going to make me a rope swing with it anyway, so he won't mind. We don't pay attention. It isn't true. Nikki's just like that. There isn't even a tree in Nikki's yard you could put a rope swing in. They're all too tall. He's just a liar. We can use my jump rope, Joy beams, holding it up. I don't know, I hesitate. I don't think it'd hold us. The jump rope is ratty, like it'd been left out in the rain too many times. It was white with rainbow bands and red plastic handles, but the rainbow bands are faded and the white's washed out. The rope is starting to fray, too. I see little hairs sticking up all over it. Sure it will. We'll tie it to a branch, Joy points. You'll see. She starts climbing up the trunk of the tree, but she isn't dressed right for climbing. She has a skirt on, for one thing. An old-looking blue thing made out of some rough kind of stuff. Like paper towel rough. There are orange outlines of cowboys with lassos. Looks like one of those poodle skirts in those old movies Sundays on Channel 42. I think maybe I'll be able to see up while she's in the tree. Her shoes are giving her trouble, too. Odd-looking saddle shoes that don't have good grip for climbing. She's making it up, though. When I get to the branch, one of you needs to toss the jump rope up to me, she tells us. Okay, Nikki responds, not paying attention. He's using the rope as a machete to cut down a patch of weeds. Joy stops to stand on one of the lower branches. She looks over at Chris's grandma's house. Chris's grandma lives by herself, but sometimes Chris comes to visit with his parents. He's fat. Somebody was in the window, she squeals. Probably Chris's grandma, I muttered. Nikki's still cutting down weeds with the jump rope. I feel like I'm starting to get a headache. Maybe she was telling the truth about the cookie after all. I think it was a ghost, Joy goes on. Maybe the ghost of Renee Little. I read a book about her. She hung herself in her attic. I look up at the window. It's dark and I don't see anything. She probably didn't see anything either. Besides, that girl wouldn't be in Chris's grandma's house. I wouldn't hang myself in an attic, Joy says. I do it right on the Virgin Mary tree in the cemetery, that huge maple next to the big statue of Mary. It looks like she's pointing at it. You don't have an attic anyway, I say back. Your room would be the attic if you had one, and it's Jeannie and Nadine's room too. They'd see you. Joy lives in a tiny house over in the next block. It's yellow, weird too. There's only 5 rooms. Her parents' room is off the kitchen. Her dad had been in there one time I came over and he didn't have a shirt on. I think he'd been sleeping, but it was a weekday. You know what we should do? Joy quietly changes the subject as she climbs down the tree. We should nail some boards to the trunk so we can climb up and down to the rope easier. I decide not to point out that we don't have any nails, or boards, or a hammer. It doesn't matter we don't have a rope, so I guess it won't matter we don't have any of those things either. My dad has nails, Nikki chimes in, swinging the jump rope over to Joy. He'll let us have some. No, he won't, Nikki, I snap. Stop making things up. Your dad won't give us any nails. You say he'll give us stuff, but he never does. Will too. No, he won't. I shove Nikki. He acts like he's going to shove me back, but then he doesn't. Hey, well, go ask him. I'm not going to go ask. I just look weird asking other people's dads for stuff. Nikki knew that. I'd fallen for that before, but not this time. Hey, Nikki remarks. Where's Joy? We look around, but she isn't anywhere. She hadn't climbed the tree again, either. We look up at the graveyard fence and see her slip quickly through one of our holes underneath. The fence is chain link and there are 3 strings of barbed wire at the top, less in some places where it's broken off. Since we couldn't climb over, we dug holes under it so we could go inside. The graveyard filled in the holes with cement eventually, but we dug others. Joey starts running as soon as she's on the other side, off into the graveyard. She has her jump rope wrapped around her neck. Where's she going? Nicky scratches his head. I don't know. Something's wrong though. She's running, but not for fun. People don't have fun running around with jump ropes wrapped around their necks. She's running fast too, like she's trying to get away from something, but no one's chasing her. I can't figure out why she took off. Nicky and me hadn't said anything. Maybe it was something with the cookie. Maybe she got mad we weren't really going to have a rope swing. She would have gone home though if she'd been mad, not run off towards that stupid statue. Something's real wrong, I know it. My stomach feels sick. Don't you stand there, I scream, running off towards the fence. Nicky runs off down the block. I duck through the hole and take off after Joy. We're really going to get in trouble if something happens if we don't help. My parents will yell at me and ask why I just let her go. Her parents too. They'll say she's our friend and we're supposed to help. It isn't fair, I don't even know what's going on. Joy, stop! I grab her. She spins around trying to get away. She's bawling, her face all twisted up and red. She keeps pulling and I can't keep a hold of her hands. The rope is the only thing I can grab good, but it chokes her when I grab that. It's wrapped really tight around her neck, more like a noose than a rope. Maybe she hadn't been just talking. Stop, Joy, where are you going? What's the matter? I shout at her, but she just keeps pulling. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I knew I had to catch her, but I hadn't thought what to do after I caught her. I'm not going to be able to do anything, and they're all going to blame me. I kind of give up a little and don't fight as hard. I can't figure out how to stop her anyway. She breaks away from me and runs off towards the far side of the graveyard. I don't follow. There's nothing I can do. I can tell them all I tried. I walk back to the hole in the fence. I could even get in trouble for being in the graveyard. I'm not supposed to go there at all. I go a lot, but my parents don't know that. I don't understand. She was fine. Not mad or anything. She said that weird thing about hanging, but it wasn't really weird for her. Joy's parents' car barrels down the alley as I stand up from sliding through the hole under the fence. They're driving towards the little yellow house. Nicky must have run to tell and they went and got Joy. She slouched over in the back seat. She doesn't look at me as the car speeds past, bouncing over all the potholes.